So what's up, y'all? Let me know if y'all can hear me or not, or if I need to speak up or change something. I will go back and forth periodically to try and look at the YouTube screen there. But since my back is turned that way, I got a camera over here, my iPad's over here. It's a little different. I was going to show the, I got a mess going on here. So that was one of the reasons I wanted to just go ahead on and do this brushing thing while I got this mess going on. There's mess on the desk. There's mess all on the layout, which it shouldn't be, but it's happening. So yeah, it'll take me a minute to go back and forth just to look at the messages and reply to y'all. So I'm not ignoring you, but it's just I'm gonna be doing stuff over here. Cool, Jay, what's going on, man? So I guess I'll show this was the model that I had picked up maybe a couple weeks ago, and I kind of it already. There's a black layer of spray paint under this, and then there's a rust color. And I'm going to airbrush some stuff, and then I'll do some other stuff. I got some paints here that I'll be using. I think the actual truck is going to be like an olive green, drab type of color. Then I'll hit it with some really light earth yellow and then some earth red to tone that down some. And then I got some other paints up there that I'll show, and I'll be messing with a sponge and get some rust effects happening. Then I'll add some salt onto it, a little water, let that dry real quick, and then I'll spray the whole thing. Once it's dry, you take off that salt and it leaves the rust stuff. I have posted this truck I had done. Let me see if I can get it from up here without dropping it. So I had did this, finished it up last week. We got a little tarp on the back. So that was a fun project. Now I'm kind of hooked on doing these models as well as other stuff. What up, Blues? So I think I'm gonna grab some gloves. I already got my paints mixed up a little bit or shaken. I got some other stuff over here too. My compressor, my airbrush is sitting on the floor. Let's see here. I'm going to first turn that thing on. I got some Airbrush Thinner. The thinner. So what I typically do is I put maybe like half the cup full of thinner. Then I only put like maybe 3 or 4 drops of the actual paint in there. You don't need that much paint for airbrushing. And I guess it depends on what you're doing too, but I find I only need a little bit for what I'm doing. Get that in there. Got a little paintbrush over here. I'll mix it up. So I'm gonna switch cameras here. And so what I do, I prime it first. I'll hold my finger to the nozzle, and this is a double action airbrush, so just pushing it down is just air. When I pull it back while it's down, then paint will shoot out. But priming it is when you put your finger on the tip of the nozzle and pull back just a little bit, and there's bubbles that come in there. Now you're just priming the inside of this, so now paint should just flow out of there. And yeah, up here. And so as I'm thinking, I don't want this truck to be as rusty as the other truck, but I do want some rust happening, like along here, along up here, these, just the edges really. I want the truck to appear that it's been out there on the road for a little bit. So I'm thinking of a whole story actually for this truck, kind of like I thought with the other one. Even when I'm drawing stuff, I think of a story for what I'm drawing. It helps me come up with what it's supposed to look like if there's, you know, a slight story happening. So and what I'll do is I'll just kind of go back and forth real easy. The thing with airbrushing is that it needs to build up. Like there's no, you can go really fast, but then it'll leave like little drips here and there. And that's not what you want. Sometimes it'll happen and it'll be just like Bob Ross, like a happy accident, right? Then my compressor keeps sliding all over the place. I need to get that locked down. And you'll see once I start going past this a few times and up here, you'll see the color change happen. Let me slide this over here real quick. Put that up against there so you don't go nowhere. And this part of it doesn't have to be perfect. Again, it's going to get covered with another different coats of paint and all that stuff. But what I want to happen with this is, and I hope y'all can hear me with the compressor going. What is going to happen is I put that, when I put that salt right here, and I'll put a little salt on the edge there and all that, this is what will show. So it's not really, I'm not really too concerned of what's happening right here or right there, more or less like right on the edges of the truck itself. And you can actually see it starting to change colors. I don't know if y'all can see that really well via, and heck, if I hold the damn truck up there like I'm supposed to. So we got like the darker color here, and you can see it starting to lighten up like right along that edge there. And so I'll hit this edge up here too. And with airbrushing, you always want to, damn it. You always want to go past what you want to be actually painted. You don't want to stop here. You want to stop here. And the same, you know, you don't want to stop right there. You want to stop over here. And you can see it getting wet, but you always still want to just check to make sure that you got some color coming out of there. And that's the color. So I'll just keep going. Like I said, it might be a little difficult for y'all to see it changing color, but it's actually changing color. And I'll hit the back. What's cool about having a double action airbrush is that you can just hold it down and air will come out, and you can dry the actual paint where you just done it. Once it's dry, you can go back in and hit it again. And so the thing with this is, yeah, now you can see it's starting to change a lot. Can y'all see that? With this, the name of the game is patience, because there's so many layers that, you know, one, you have to do with the airbrush alone, but then just in general. So after this, I'll do some other type of layering, and then after that, another type of layering. And I know it seems like a lot, but I like doing it. It's more relaxing to me than anything. And I'm gonna let that dry for a hot second. Look back here, saying something. What's up, Shell, Eddie, David? You thinking of rust along the running boards due to salt? I can't hear you with the running. Cool. I don't know if I'm so when I say salt, I'm using salt for the actual rusting of it. There will be some rust happening down here. Maybe just like in the corners or something. So I don't know if y'all could tell, but see how it's starting to change color? And so it's not, if I keep going, it will look like this color. But I don't think that's the color that I really want it to be fully. I just want it to be a nice tint of that happening. So when I do go back and put salt and all the other, because I still got another thing of weathering to do to this. But yeah, as you can see, you can, let me see if I can, without it going out of focus. So you have like the darker, right along the edge. I'll hit up here some more, but yeah, it's starting to change color, and I think I'm cool with the way it's looking. And the airbrush I'm using is some cheap Masters. I'd like to get a better one at some point. I had a past shave long ago. I don't know what happened to that thing, but I hear Badger is a good one. There's another company that makes some really good airbrushes. So I'll hit like right here on the edges. Maybe in the back here just a little bit. With a nice little fade coming down there. Now I'll do the other side. And so you can see right here where it's starting to turn color a little bit, right there on the edges. And it's still kind of wet, so like I said, I could just push down and there's no paint coming out of there, but now it's just drying those spots for me. And then I can go back and hit it again. Yeah, I think that'll work. So I will grab, I guess this will even show a better contrast here. So this is the truck itself, and then here's the hood. You can see like the difference, the color. So now I'll hit the hood kind of just along the edges here, and maybe on the front. I guess I should keep this up there so y'all can see what's happening. That would help. Like I said, I don't know if you guys seen the email that I sent out. I gave like a fair warning that there'd be some bumbling, because I'm not used to this whole setup like this. I tried setting it up as best as I could. And I think that's enough for that. Like I said, I don't want this to be like that same rust bucket as the other truck is. So with that, I don't think I had another color that I think I wanted to put on there, but I don't think I want to do that. What I want to do, one, is move this over so y'all can see what's happening here. And I am just going to go right into adding some rust stains with a sponge. So I have a sponge here, and I'll just tear it up just a little more. just give it some irregularity, I guess, if that's the right word, and just pick at it, you know, so it's not all smooth on one side, like right here, and then I'll just pinch it. So I want it to be all uneven, because it already is like porous and has a bunch of little holes and stuff, but I want to mess it up even more. So I have some raw sienna. I guess you can see that. And then I have some, what is this? Burnt sienna. So those are typically, excuse me, the model rust colors that most people use. And because the model is so small, you don't need a lot. So these paints will probably last me, I don't know, a good year if I use them, you know, on a regular basis. And so I'll mess with it. I'll get my sponge, and then I'll just pinch it and put it in like a little pad thing. I'll mix it a little bit. I think I want to mess with this darker one first though, because this one is a lot lighter and it'll show really good on there, but I don't want to go too much. And so I'll dab out here, kind of see what my sponge looks like under there. And then I'll just dab a little out here and I guess practice. So that's kind of what I was doing with this one. This one is dry right here, but I'll practice out here a little bit. And then I'll just grab the truck and let's see what we get here. So there's something, I don't know if you guys can really tell what's happening. You'll be able to see it a lot better when I put that lighter color on there. But right now I'm kind of just blending. So I know, can y'all see that? Yeah, I think y'all can see that. Hopefully. And so I'm also twisting my hand because I don't want the same pattern to pop up over and over. And I'll come down here just a little bit on the rail thing there. And so we got something happening, and then I'll go into this lighter one and just mix it to tone it down just a bit. Because again, I don't want it to be this bright just yet. Again, I will practice over here a little bit and then just touch it and see what I get. Like really light. And you can see where the little rust stain stuff is starting to happen. And I'll carry it all the way over here. Again, trying to be conscious of twisting and turning. So it's, again, not the same pattern all over. And now you can start seeing where the rust will come through when I put that salt on top of there. I'll reload my sponge, check it, and then kind of go on this side a little bit. I'm gonna go in with this dark again. Kind of finish up like I was doing it the first time. Get some stuff happening down there. Roll it on the top. I said, I think I want just a little on the back. Let me see if I can back out some. I feel like it's too close. And then I'll typically, like, I'll do the edge and then I'll just fade out into that just a little bit. Because I feel like rust grows. So, you know, you may have a little patch that just is starting to leak out here a little further than everything else. So yeah, I'll fade it out a little bit, kind of like, so it's kind of heavy here, but then I'll fade it out to there. Then I'll grab some of this light again, mix it with the darker one, test it. And for stuff like if I make a mistake, I really don't care. I think it's just all in, for me, is just having fun with it. It's not like something I can't fix. I'm I think I need to do this side a little bit with the lighter color, the lighter Sienna. And I'll come down here just a little bit. I'll grab some more of the darker color. And then I'll start hitting this. I think I want to concentrate a lot of the rust on this front fender. So that just means I'll just go in a lot more than I will on that side. I want some coming down here. Yeah, now we looking like something. Come all the way down here just a little bit. Like I said, I want to do kind of around these fender, the wheel well. And so I think, like I was saying at the beginning, I'm thinking of some type of story. And there's some stuff that I want to mess with. You can actually make water out of certain things. Like, so how the other truck is on like a little piece of foam, like a square piece of foam. In that foam, I want to create like a little water scene, like the truck has run through some water. I mean, it's a Range Rover, so I don't know if they're out on expedition or something. But yes, there will be like some rust happening down here on the running boards and all that stuff. And so because I don't want this side to be as heavy as that, I won't hit it too much, just a little bit. And also you want to think about, so this is the driver's side. The driver's side usually isn't as rusty as everything else because someone's always going in and out of that door. Rust doesn't tend to hang around where things are being used. And I'm gonna go back into this light, blend it a little bit with that dark, and I'm gonna go up here. And so what I'm trying to do is really heavy along the edge, and then again, just kind of fade out. You know, something happened here. Let's see if I can get a little closer. Little piece starting to happen here a lot, which is cool with me, just as long as it fades out. Again, this doesn't need to be perfect at all. I mean, besides me doing this, I hope everyone is okay and still safe. Rona free. So we're putting a few little marks back here. I'll make it real heavy right here, kind of where some water has sat. And it's starting to get under the wheel well. Do a little right here. So I think I want to come down just a little bit here. And then in the back. I think I'm going to build some stuff for this too. Like, so it just comes like this. I think there's a spare tire. I think I'll build like a, I don't know, maybe a box or something up there. Maybe like a, you ever see those things that people, you know, not the bike rack, but it's a bike rack, but it folds down and it looks like a, oh no, the thing that people build, and you could put a wheelchair back here. So I think I'm gonna build something back here and just put like maybe a 55-gallon drum or something back here and some other stuff, right? So they're explorers, they're out here doing stuff, and you know, this will be filled with shit, but you know, they need to carry more stuff. So I'll put something back here. I may put a box up here along with that tire. I think I'm gonna put a tarp, but then I'm gonna strap it down. This time it won't be strewn like the other one was. So yeah, I'm still kind of just thinking about the story. And so this is cool where I'm at right now. We got some good rust happening up here. It's kind of heavily rusted there, just a little here and there. I'm gonna grab this hood before I forget, before this paint dries out. And the same thing, I'll just kind of go along the edge here. So we already got something. And I'll grab a little light, mix a little bit. And these things here connect to the other part of the model. So I know I want some rust along those things. Put a little bit on this side, maybe a little more. Just rust is doing whatever it wants to do, really. And so I typically will let that dry for maybe 5 or 10 minutes because it's still a little sticky. I think this may be ready to where I can put that salt. So what I'll do is I'll get a paintbrush and just wet that with water, and then I'll sprinkle salt over that wherever I want this to show. So once that salt is on there, it dries, then I'll go back and spray paint it. I don't know if I want y'all to sit here and wait to actually watch salt dry. We'll see. Let me see. One of my friends in Chicago got the run. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, Eddie. Avoiding all the people as much as. Yeah, I mean it's. I mean with that second strand, or the new strand that's out, and people still not acting like there's nothing going on, is just it's baffling to me. I don't know. I mean, it's just put your mask on and wash your hands, and people still just don't want to do that. So it's pretty irritating. But man, I hope he recovers quick, he or she. So over here, I have the salt and water and stuff. But I think what I'm gonna do really quick is clean this airbrush so it doesn't sit with that paint in there. I got a nasty cup here that I use to spray into. A nasty jar. Grab some of those. And yes, YouTube, I'm still listening. All right, so I'm gonna clean this out real quick. Dump you in there. Cool. So I think at least the paint is dry enough on this thing. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. I'm going to slide this stuff over so you can kind of see what's happening here. Can y'all see that? So I'll just pull it back up and so y'all can see a little better. But one thing I'm glad that I have concrete floors, because it gets messy in here at times, and then I could just come in and mop it and sweep and mop and it be like they were before. So concrete floors are life-saving for me. So I'm gonna grab this, put that down. So I just got some water in my paintbrush, and then I'm gonna just wet that area on top up here. And then just grab some salt and sprinkle it where I want it to go. And I probably don't even want it to go down that far. And so what the salt is doing, it's really a mask, right, for that other layer of color that I want to put on here. A lot of people use a lot of different things. I seen this one dude use toothpaste. Different companies actually they make their own masking solutions. But yeah, the salt seems to be just working fine for me, so I'm cool with it. And so yeah, you can see what's happening here, right? I'm just wetting this area where I want the salt to stick. The salt will dry, then I'll go back and just airbrush everything, the color that I want. When that's done, I just rub that salt off of there, and where these little salt particles are, that new coat of paint can't get to this rusty color, and which will allow that rust to pop through there and look like the truck has been rusted and like it's been used forever. And from what I understand, this has been this is nothing new. I mean, it's new to me, but from what I understand, people have been using this salt method for years now, so I think it's a cool method though. It's definitely a cheap method, and I can always get behind cost-effective things. And so yeah, that's kind of just one side salted up. I got that other roof side done. And with that truck, I mean, I had everything. That whole thing was almost covered with salt. So here, it's just a little up here. And heck, I may even knock some more of this off before I go and paint it. Like I said, I know I want this to be heavily rusted, so I'll leave that alone. But some of that I may knock off as it starts drying. Maybe some down there too, I don't know. But yeah, I kind of like how it's going so far. Again, there's no mistakes in this thing. You just kind of have fun with it and make it work. And don't stress out over it.
Switch apps without pausing your music. Start a free trial of YouTube Premium and listen uninterrupted.
And the type of salt I'm using is just some regular kosher rock salt. So I want a little rust on the driver's side, but not much. So I may just sprinkle a little, like where some door hinges are, where different things meet. So like, I want some rust to show here. I want some rust to show like right in there. I'll take that off because I don't want a big rusty stain right there. And so even with that, I can still, once it's all painted and everything, I can add, some more of that paint that I was dabbing with. I can add some other oils and stuff to create, slight rust here and there. But this is just for that overall paint job when it comes time for it. And I think that's it for this dude. Oh, I need to put some on the back. Just kidding. So I think that's good. I'm gonna go in and do this little guy here real quick. I think that's enough for that. And that's it, man. Like I said, I don't think I want to sit here and let y'all watch salt dry. That's really the whole waiting thing. And I tried the last time when I did the truck, I'd done the body of it first, and then I'd done like the pickup part, the trailer or whatever you call that part, where you put stuff in the back, in the hood. And I tried to use a hair dryer to speed up the process, but it blew most of the salt off, so I had to go back and redo that. So now what I do is I just let the salt dry on its own, and it typically takes about 15-20 minutes. Honestly, I'm not sure why. It's just water and salt. I don't know why it takes so long to dry, but I don't want to have y'all sit here and wait to dry. So there are more people not wearing masks when I'm out with Darby than there are. What up, Vega? Big Vic? Yeah, man. We were. What's happening? It says low battery. I'm gonna close that. Yeah, I don't know what the big deal is about not wearing a mask. I was talking to a friend of mine. She's in California, and she was saying like everything is shut down. And that people over there are coming back to or moving to Atlanta because Atlanta's still open. It's ridiculous. I don't know, man. We'll see. Hopefully, the vaccines will start coming a lot more effective, more efficient than what they have been. Yeah, my thing is I just stay at the house, man. Hence is how all this stuff is happening, because I'm here all the time. We'll go out and grab some food and come straight back here. We don't eat out. We don't do any of that. We try and go to walks. Like you were saying, you walking a dog. Try and go to the park and stuff, and people are just out there with no mask. And I guess they feel like because you're out there and you're further than 6 feet away, but when you start getting closer, like, ugh, get away from me. But yeah, I hope you guys are safe, man. Stay safe. David, me and Ryan are still working. He sat me down and we kind of started over on the whole thing. As far as the Iron Man piece, he had me going in one direction, and then he kind of came back and he was like, well, let's just, so again, yours is my busting out into color tattoos. Let's see if I can zoom in on this one. So yeah, when I finish this color study, I think I'll try and post it either tonight or tomorrow, just on Instagram, just to post something. But I'll have to send it to Ryan so he can take a look at it and make sure the colors are blending right and how I can have highlights and all that stuff. So just to give you a heads up, I'm still working on your piece and just trying to figure out. I know you said Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are some days you have. So once I get that, and then we look at Ryan's schedule, we'll figure something out. And as soon as me and him can get a date together, I'll let you know, and you can pick out a date or something to come in, and we'll get started, man. I'm super excited about it, though. I think we're supposed to do Michelle's piece in color, and then I gotta find someone else who wants to get a tattoo for a Marvel character or something in color. So I think once I get that under my belt, I should be okay. And I am sorry for rambling. I was hoping this stuff will be dry, but it's not. So yeah, with that said, I hope y'all are safe, man. I'm not gonna hold y'all too long today. And yeah, I will see y'all next week, I guess. Same bat time, same bat channel. I was going to do, before I started, and I'm sorry I'm rambling again, I was going to do like an overshot of how messy the office is, studio, whatever you want to call it, but it's really a mess. So yeah, I'm not going to do that. So anyway, I will see y'all next week. I appreciate y'all for hanging out as always. Thank you for the support. I got those R2s printing. I will start asking for physical addresses so I can get some R2D2s out to y'all for just a thank you. I ordered some more resin, and yeah, be looking maybe in a month or so for some R2D2s coming your way. David and y'all, I think I'm gonna mix y'all's up. I'm gonna send one of y'all an R2, and then somebody else gets something. I don't want to send that many R2s to y'all house. So people that got 2 or more people in the house, you're getting different things. You're not getting R2D2. You know, everyone will get something different. So I got a lot of R2s to print out. So again, thanks. I appreciate y'all, and I will see y'all next Tuesday. Same bad time, same bad channel.